Good morning. This is meteorologist Joshua Kelly with DakotaWeatherConsultants.com with your storm coverage update. We here at Dakota Weather Consultants would like to give you another perspective to the storm, but remember, always use the National Weather Service for planning purposes. Alright, we'll begin with the latest satellite imagery, and for today's storm coverage, we're going to head over to the Western Pacific. And if you recall, Typhoon Wifa has just passed through Japan and is now on its way into the Sea of Ost and eventually going to move into the Gulf of Alaska and then through the northern plains, and we'll talk more about that here in a few minutes. But looking at the latest satellite imagery, you can see that the storm itself has occluded out and is redeveloping just to the south of Kamchatka and will begin to move in an easterly direction as it gets picked up by the westerly flow. Alright, here is a projected path that Wifa could take upon arriving to the United States. Look for it to drop in out of northwest Canada on the 26th of October and then push into the Rockies by the 27th and out into the plains on the 28th and over towards the Great Lakes on the 29th and then up into southeast Canada by the 30th. Now this track is all dependent on how strong that high pressure on the east coast will be. The stronger that high pressure is, the deeper it's going to dig and the faster it'll turn back to the northeast. So that will determine how far south the storm goes, how far south the snow line comes, how far the heavy snow comes. But based on projections at this time, comfortable to say that the dashed blue line is going to be your heavy snow line. Anything to the north of that could see 6+ inches. Anything to the south of that will see lesser amounts in the range of 2 to 4 inches. Alright. Now to some impacts. As I mentioned before, the remains of Typhoon Wifa will get picked up in the westerlies and pushed into the northern plains around the 26th through the 29th. This storm is going to have a huge punch when it moves across the region. So on the left hand image here, we're looking at rainfall totals. We'll see anywhere from 1/10 of an inch in Bismarck, North Dakota to 1/2 inch in Sioux Falls and Minneapolis. Total snowfall for the storm, we're going to be looking at anywhere from 7 to 9 inches over central North Dakota, 5 to 7 in northeast South Dakota, 4 to 6 in the Black Hills, 2 to 4 around Minneapolis, and then lesser amounts of 1 to 2 around the Sioux Falls and Sioux City, Iowa area, along with Omaha. Winds for this are going to be a key factor. Projected to see winds in the 22 to 27 mile an hour range, with gusts easily in the 40 to 50 mile an hour range as the storm pushes through. Severe weather will also be an aspect with the storm. Right now we have shaded in the yellow where we expect to see at least a low percentage chance of seeing severe weather, while the area in the orange is going to have a medium chance of seeing severe weather. Now this severe weather will take place more as the storm begins to kick into the plains and make its transition to the lakes and into southeast Canada. That's when we expect to see the severe weather pick up. And the reason we're expecting to see the severe weather pick up is that's when the return flow off the Gulf of Mexico will start to ingest into the storm system as well. Heavy rainfall will also be possible in this area. Easily, some places could be in the 2 to 4 inch range with localized heavier amounts. As I mentioned before, this is Dakota Weather Consultants meteorologist Joshua Kelly with your storm coverage. However, we are just giving you another perspective to the storm. When you're planning, always use the National Weather Service. Thank you and have yourselves a great day.